What's up? What's up? What's up? I see chimes again. What the heck is it?
What was it the last time? Birds or yeah?
What was it the last time?
I don't know.
I thought it was crickets. You said it was birds.
I thought it was birds, but my imagination is a little off. You know.
My imagination is always off. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not even live yet.
Yeah, I'm very live. You're the one that's not live.
What?
Yeah, you're still behind, buddy.
Story of my life.
Everybody knows how Ray Ray's doing it.
Story of my life. Just like the XRP. Story of my life.
Oh no.
If you only had a brain.
If only.
All right. What's going on, Mr. Ray Ray?
I tell you what, man. Another day in paradise. A little bit gloomy outside, man, but we made the best of it today. But get ready, guys, because that cold weather's coming in.
Getting ready now.
Weather's coming in the end of this week, I believe, right?
I hear it's gonna freeze. Right?
It's gonna get cold.
Everybody says it's gonna get cold and all that stuff, but
It's not, bro.
I mean, it's gonna get cold, but
Cold or just cold?
I really don't know. Why does your mic sound so low? Oh, Ray Ray.
Oh,
Everybody, always Ray Ray.
There goes his gold star.
Man, what's your email address? Did you ever get it?
What are you talking about?
Her email address?
No. I almost locked myself out of my app. What is it? The Apple ID? I was so close. I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
All right. So we got it fixed now. What's going on, Miss Sylvia? What's going on? What's up?
Nothing much. I'm happy to be here. Another Tuesday evening.
You really don't seem too happy about this situation going on right now.
Yeah.
You know,
What situation?
I'm in the mood to fight. So just
shoot.
He's cranky.
yeah, just FYI. Sylvia, what are you looking at?
A picture of you, actually.
Why are you doing that?
She misses you, bro.
I'm trying to find where we are on Facebook, and this is what popped up. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Whoa, you're not supposed to show that on live. Do not show that on live. Whatever you do,
Apparently,
guys.
you were at a coffee bar today. So
Apparently? Or was I?
So how do I get to your live?
What's going on, Miss Julie? Julie's on. We got some people on commenting already. So I want to get into some juicy conversations. You know, I do want to. Ray,
What?
you okay over there?
Yeah, bro. I just drank a Sprite and it got me all wired.
He's going.
This guy is just.
Yes.
Okay, so you know, we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on here in Corpus. A lot of stuff going on in Corpus. A lot of wrecks. A lot of shootings. A lot of
Dude, that was crazy.
Different stuff going on out here, guys. Just yesterday, I believe it was day before yesterday, there was so for all the people who follow my TikTok, I was using TikTok to go out to all the crime scenes and show everything. And that's it, guys. We're meeting Ray Ray. That's it. No more Ray Ray.
He's putting a little show on for us.
Okay, so I would go out to the scenes and record them on my TikTok and go live with it, but I wouldn't put shows of it. I would make it where they could only watch me live on it.
Oh yeah.
But since everything's going down with TikTok right now, I've done switch back to Facebook. So now I'm going to blow back up Facebook with all the crime scenes and the legit crime scenes and the legit stuff out there. I did go out to the shooting at the cemetery, at a cemetery. So they were having some kind of 1 year anniversary to somebody who passed. Something broke out. A person got shot and killed.
Wow.
I believe the 20-year-old suspect's a 20-year-old, unknown what actually happened and everything. You know, prayers and positive vibes for the family.
Very much, yeah.
For anybody who's involved. You know, I mean, it's a tough situation that they were already dealing with. You know, I mean, being there and everything, and then the shooting breaking out. I really don't know exactly what happened, but you know, there was a shooting out there. I went out to drinking and driving, guys. Stop, guys. Stop. About 50% of these calls that I go to that are wrecks, man, they're pretty much DWIs. There's a lot of DWIs. One of them that I went to, if y'all go back and look on my Facebook, this past, what was it, Saturday or Sunday? Saturday night?
Saturday is when we, yeah.
Saturday night?
Or was it Sunday?
Sunday night.
After Ray Ray's event.
You went Sunday.
Sunday night.
Yeah, it was
right?
Sunday.
So I hadn't been doing it on Facebook. I've been doing it on TikTok. So I went out Sunday night and started following all the scenes. I went out to that shooting, and then I ended up at another guy who cut across three fences and ended up in a swimming pool. The car all the way in the swimming pool, the hood sticking up.
Maybe he needed a bath.
If that car would have not fell in that pool, that is exactly where the bedroom was and the living room was. If you look through the fence, you can see where the bedroom is right there and the living room. That car would have went plowed right through that damn house, man. That house would have been like bad. I mean, it fell perfectly into that water. That one, I believe they got him for DWI on it. Went out to another one like 15 minutes after that for a car that took a curve, ended up in another house. That was another, I don't know if it was DWI. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm going to be honest about it. I don't know if it was DWI, 2:00 in the morning, into a house, the only car out on the traffic. I mean, maybe they lost control at 2:00 in the morning. Yeah. Hopefully they weren't drunk, but they ended up plowing into the house. That was another one. I went out to a couple of other wrecks that were just minor ones, but DWIs as well. So just be careful out there, guys, with those DWIs. I mean, that's a big one out there.
Especially if you're like really, really young and think that it's really cool to drink and drive. It's really not, man. I mean, it really isn't. What you're gonna end up doing is really throwing your young life away, because they're gonna take away your privileges of driving. Plus you have to pay like a lot of fines, a lot of money,
unless you get a really good attorney. Nah, just kidding. a little plug in for an attorney right there.
Yeah, man. But no, it's people think that it's fun to drink it. I thank the Lord, man, with all the years that I was DJing and all the years that I left the club drunk or left the function drunk. I made it home by the grace of God. Sometimes I don't know how, but he got me home, man. And a lot of people aren't as lucky as I was, and it just takes one time to really just throw your life away, to make a bad decision and thinking you can take a right turn when you really should turn left, but then here comes an oncoming car and you just took the life of somebody or some people, and there goes your life, man. It's not worth drinking and driving. It really isn't.
It's not.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, it's really crazy, and I try to put a little bit of my family out there, and not really my family, but my background a little bit. And a lot of my family relatives, uncles that have passed from alcohol, and it's really crazy because a lot of them in wrecks and doing to whatever. Just be careful with that alcohol world, guys. That's a major one. I want to know too, all the people that are tuned in right now. I got 14, 15 people tuned in there. I want to see who they are. I don't know who they are, but I just wanted to touch base on those stuff that happened this past Sunday. Man, there's stuff going on. There was another event that was posted. I tell them not to listen to all the newses. Be careful with all the darn newses. I went out. The call did come out as a double stabbing on Brownlee Street. There was nobody
at that little store.
There was nobody who was stabbed. There was nobody stabbed there. There was a fight that broke out. People that got beat up. There was nobody stabbed. It was put out there. 2 people stabbed. Of course, everybody's all like, "Oh my God, Corpus is getting really, really bad."
They said something. They found a towel with blood or something.
I mean, there was a towel of blood, but I mean, that's somebody got beat up.
Because of the assault or something. Right?
It never came out that somebody was stabbed whatsoever. Yeah. It did. As the call came out as a double stabbing, just go out there, get the information before you go and put what it is.
Yeah.
And, find out a little bit before you go telling everybody, oh, it's a stabbing or it's a shooting or it's a, something that's really not going on. It's find out before, because people go chaotic with it. They're like, oh my God, don't let my kid come out, I mean, it's your kid, whatever. But I'm saying, just be careful with that, guys. Yeah. I mean,
you put not that people weren't being aware, but you put a panic, and that was a really busy family. There's a bunch of families around that little store.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you put somebody in panic. They have their firearm on them, and it's a stabbing going on out there. There's a suspect running around with a knife at this point.
Yeah.
You're going to be prepared. The guy walks up. You're not trained to do whatever you're going to do. You might end up in a different situation because somebody else said something that wasn't correct. But just be careful with that, guys.
Julie says, "Yikes! Lying about people in a public place can open you up to get sued."
Oh yeah, I forgot that Julie knows about the law.
So you got to be careful with that. Yeah, for sure.
A big shout out to Julie. Julie is on her final semester, guys. Final semester. Final semester, Jewel. Taking on the in row of the law school. And I told Julie, I said, Jules, you're not even in school. She's all, Dad, I'm in school. So she sends me a picture of in class, and like it's literally her and the professor. I'm all like, Jules, you're not in class. Don't give me that. You're lying.
It's just her and having lunch.
No, but she's almost there, man. The final countdown has started.
And she gets her life back the way she's been saying these past few months. She's like,
yeah, for sure. And, to all the people that, this whole ordeal with Julie going to law school and to doing all this actually comes back from everybody from the community always backing us up, backing her up. And, this is going to be kind of a big thing that Julie, so everybody listen to what I'm saying. If we can convince her to come back to Corpus and come represent here in Corpus, it's going to be a really big deal and really good thing because we'll actually have somebody representing from Corpus who actually cares about us Corpus people, and
there you go.
It's going to be a big deal. So
I'm from West
know.
Texas, so
you're not from West Texas.
Okay, Richie Valens.
I was born and raised in Big Spring.
In where?
Brick Spring.
In Springfield. She was born and raised in Springfield, guys.
In Springfield, where the Simpsons are from.
She knows the future of everything that's going on out there.
Think it.
So, hey, guys, by the way, before we go on, I want to thank you guys for being there Sunday. And it was really appreciated. You guys went out there and y'all guys jammed your heart out, and thank you. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. To all the people that showed up out there, man, oh my God, it was so
many people.
It was so packed, and God, man.
I'm gonna tell you the story real quick. I wasn't supposed to be up so early in the morning, but I got a text in the morning that said, "Man, from Smurf, the guy that was cooking," and he says, "I need foil." And I'm like, oh my God, they were supposed to have everything ready for you. So I didn't expect to be there till 10, but I had to take off, I think like 7 in the morning. And so I get there and he goes, "Oh, they just called, the foil's in the closet." I'm like, oh my God, okay. So then I said, "Well, let me go get you something to eat, man. I know you've been cooking." So he cooked and started cooking Saturday night. Saturday night. So I went and bought him some tacos, and I came back, and he goes, "Well, Megan's not here yet." Megan is the lady that helped put everything, together for that day. Awesome. And so I call her, and she's like, "Well, can you help my dad go pick up the warmer?" The warmer was gonna keep the food warm all day long. And so I said, "Okay, but she says, "Do you have a couple of guys that can go?" And I'm thinking, who's awake right now? And I said, I know somebody who wakes up the roosters. So let me call him.
I already know who you're talking about.
So I call him and I'm like, "Hey, Scott, are you awake?" He's like, "Yeah." "Can you help me go pick up the roosters?" I said, "I'm leaving the Texas Nugget right now. I'm going to go get you." So I go pick him up, and then we're going. He goes, "Hey, man, you know what would help out?" I was like, "What?" "The little trailer that we just bought New Year's Eve." And I'm like, "Nah, man, we'll be all right. We're just going to help him put this thing in the back of the truck." "No, we're going to be okay." So we drive all the way over there. We get the extra buns that were left over from the day before, put them in the car, put some other stuff, and then we pull out the warmer. And the man in his truck, I guess he had like a third wheel or a third, like when you pull a trailer, there's like a third wheel in the back of the.
Oh, yeah.
And then he says, "Oh, I have this trailer." He starts telling the Megan's father, and he's like, "Oh, we have this trailer that would be perfect to put this in, and we put it in your truck. We're gonna scratch it. We're gonna mess it up." So then I told him, I said, I told you we should have brought that trailer.
To get to a short in the whole story.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's always stubborn with his daughter. He says his daughter's super stubborn and everything. The actual stubborn person that morning was him. Okay, so
why you got to be judging?
Ray, who is he's sick. He has some problems. I'm by myself. The other man is elderly. He can't carry nothing. He's going through some sickness as well. And this big old thing, this big old warmer is like humongous. I'm all like, I'm looking at Ray's all, yeah, we could do it. And I'm looking at the man, and the man's all like, I don't want to carry this thing. So our idea was to pick this thing up. Well, this guy's truck is huge. It's like a high truck. I'm all like, we'll be back. I kid you not, we go pick up the trailer, go back over there. Boom, put the thing right on. The man's all, man, I love your trailer. I kid you not. It was so much easier.
I'm
with the
surprised
trailer.
he didn't offer to buy it from you.
He did.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. Everybody who ever sees that trailer always wants to buy it. But
that was the start of our day, man. And
It
like
was
I
a
said,
cool
I want to thank everybody who helped out at my benefit. My mom, my dad, my sisters, to Megan, to her mom, to her dad who served all day long, to Smurf who was there the night before, to the Texas Nugget for offering the place and buying most of the food. To all the bands, all the bands that played, everybody who donated giveaways, everybody who bought tickets, everybody who just showed up and showed support, because I saw it all over Facebook. I saw it on mostly everybody's post. People who helped and stayed clean, people who served, people who sent donations.
there was people that stayed clean. I mean, they stayed clean the whole
Well,
night?
afterwards, when we were cleaning up, people were helping take stuff to the car.
I thought you meant they stayed clean, like they weren't doing stuff.
I hope they did stay clean, man. But I mean, it was just a great. I just felt all the love throughout the whole day. I didn't know I had that much support.
You got a lot of support here, man. You got very much a bunch of support here. A big shout out to like all the sound guy that was out there, Daniel. Daniel. I mean, God, man, there was so much people out there pushing it and doing everything, man. That was such a great success to that event there. Once again, I mean, Ray, it's coming up. The time is coming up. It's a month away, but we'll be ready. We got your back. I know your whole family got your back. I know of course your daughter got your back for sure. And then we got
Do we have a date, like an actual date yet?
Actually, no. The donor has one more. The donor has one more test to do tomorrow, which is an ultrasound scan, just to make sure everything is still great. After that, I don't know how many days it takes for San Antonio to get her results. And after they get the results, they'll set a date. So we're just, it's there already. I mean, we're already at the, like somebody asked me, hey, bro, are you scared? I was like, hell yeah, I'm scared. I said, but right now I'm in that situation, I said, where it's like when you get on a roller coaster and it's going up and at the other end, there's a big fall. So when you're at the top, you just throw your hands in the air and say, well, here we go.
Right.
Here we go. And I'm reaching the top. And I'm almost there. But I know everything's going to be okay. You know?
Yeah, it will.
Just seeing the support and the love from everybody and all the inspirational words that certain people took me outside and they had a little talk with me. And certain people went outside and we said a prayer. And
I wonder if those people tell you to be a better neighbor.
Wow.
They say cut your yard.
Yeah. Be a better
he's
neighbor.
The best neighbor we've ever had.
Pressa loves him for sure.
Loves him.
Is she still eating?
Yeah, she's still eating.
She's still eating.
She's had sausage and cabbage. She's had
sausage and potato, sausage and okra,
and egg, sausage.
What did Julie say there?
She just threw a random. What memory would you tell each other if the other person lost their memory?
Ooh.
What? Wait, let me see. Let me process that. What memory would you tell each other if the other person lost their memory? So if you lost your memory, what memory would I tell you, I guess? Would I share with you?
If you lost your memory, what memory would I tell you so you can know?
Yeah.
I would probably tell you that you love music.
Yeah.
Did you?
Or you wouldn't wipe it off my
You know
slate?
what? That's a good question, because I probably would say you never liked music before. Music is not in your blood.
Okay.
What about you, Harry?
About talking about who? Like, what would I tell you?
Okay,
What would I
so
tell-
if I lost my memory,
yes.
and you were to come up to me and you would say like, you would try to get me to know my memory.
Not that I've ever been in that situation, but I probably would. I mean, like this situation I'm going to put in there. I would probably get like a little swimming pool, fill it with water, and take it to your porch. And I'm going to say, "Come on, bro, you can do this." Like once your feet touches that water, bro, it's all going to come back. It's going to come back.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
What did Julie say there? Let's see what she was talking about.
She said, "This is such a cute prompt. You always share your favorite part of the other person." Oh, interesting.
Okay, what about you, to Ray?
To Ray, music.
Hello.
For sure.
Music?
Yeah. I feel like you loved music. You play the heck out of the trumpet, first of all.
And you know, it's been 25 years since I.
That
played
is
the horn.
crazy.
I would probably tell him that his family has a birthday every week.
Yeah.
I would be like, here, dude, keep these balloons with you all the time because you will be able to cover everybody's birthday every week.
So
Because
saying that, guess what I'm doing next Sunday?
What are you doing?
oh my God, whose birthday?
Birthday party.
It's Julian's birthday. My little sister Rosalinda's little boy.
Oh, he's so
Mike
cute.
and Rosalinda's son.
He's a musician, right?
Yeah, he's a
Yes.
little drummer. He's a little singer. He's
You know what's really crazy? I don't know Monica's daughter's name, but
Sophia.
she
Monica. Isabella.
Isabella. I can walk if I'm wearing my white shoes.
Mm-hmm.
If I walk past her, she will come run up to me and tell me if she has them on. She's all, look, check out mine. Look
Same
how clean
shoes.
they are. Because mine are clean. She's all like, look how clean mine are. That's pretty cool. She'll probably-
adorable.
that's something that I would if she lost her memory, I would be like, your shoes, the shoes.
Yeah.
And what about on me?
On you, it would be, let's see. It's like so many things. I would say, okay, you're a moneymaker, so figure out how to make some money. That would be number one.
Just because you want to buy something.
Because I'm hungry. I know. Because that's what you love to do. You love to hustle and to be, around people. And coffee. I'm like, dude, you love coffee. So let's go get you some Starbucks and watch for your reaction.
Okay, so with that being done, we're done with that conversation. I want to talk about something, and this is going to be kind of a little against people a little bit or something. I mean, it might be offended to some people.
Okay.
That they watch the show. So in the obesity world, the overweight world, and I was 400 and something pounds and everything, so I can honestly say I was there. Going around being 400 pounds and walking around and everything and dealing with people, it was one of those things that when I would go around people, they would be like, hey, big guy, hey, big guy, and you couldn't, I couldn't fit inside a booth. I couldn't fit in these things, and now that now that I've done the surgery, and now that I've done helped myself a little bit by bringing my weight down. Don't get me wrong. I probably need to be more lower and everything, but how do you, and I'm kind of asking everybody out there because, I don't want to ever disrespect nobody, because I know whenever I was the 400 pounds, I felt like everybody was disrespecting me. I felt like anything that anybody said about my weight, about sugar, about diabetes, about high blood pressure, about any of that stuff was against me. It was like, it's because you're fat. It's because you're
like
fat.
shots fired.
And I would go to the doctors, I would go walk into the doctor, and the doctor says, dude, it's because you're fat. If you lose your weight, you'll feel better. Your blood pressure will go down, your diabetes, which, I mean, understandable. That's great. That's probably the most truthful thing you can say.
Right.
But how do you go about telling somebody straight up to their face like that and telling them, hey, you're fat, you need to lose the weight and everything like that? And that was totally not a way of communicating, I guess. And, I want to know how to help somebody else, or to even help me communicate with somebody that if I go around that, I mean, it's probably really none of my business to even tell them, or is it? I mean, if you feel that somebody's putting on too much weight and that they're, that there's a chance of them dying from
So
this.
do you think that's just the weight? I mean, and not just talking about the weight, but any bad habit, bro.
Yeah.
It takes somebody who has been there It takes somebody who wants to see a better you, because even with bad habits, bro, your real friends are the ones that tell you, man, that's a bad habit, bro. You really shouldn't be doing that. But they're not criticizing you.
But that's the thing, though. Like, see, like that. It's a bad habit. You shouldn't do that. Okay, but when you're on the other side of the field,
right?
What do you feel? How do you feel about it? And that's the deal. How to communicate better to letting them know.
I've lost friends
that you care.
I've lost friends for trying to do that, bro. Because, like me, with everything that I'm going through, and all the bad habits that I used to have, whether it was eating or whether it's just being stupid, okay? And yes, I did say stupid, because that's what it is, bro. It's just the bad habits, and we know we're not supposed to be eating so much or eating this or eating that, but we do it anyway, right? But I've been in situations where I tell somebody, man, hey, learn off of me, bro. Like look what happened to me. Like, stop what you're doing. Maybe better your life a little bit. It's not that I'm trying to preach, but I'm telling you, because I'm taking the time and thinking about you and what your bad habits used to be my bad habits.
Yeah.
And I wish somebody I would have been there to really tell me what I'm telling you.
See, but that's the conversation that I'm trying to get at.
Right.
People did tell me that.
Right.
People were in my face telling me that, but they were also pretty much disrespecting me by telling me, like.
But you felt disrespected.
Yeah, I felt disrespected, and sometimes it would anger me. Sometimes I would go to the doctor and leaving the doctor wanting to hurt the doctor, and I'm like ticked off, and I'm like, but to be.
Do you still get offended that that now that you made the change, like you lost that weight, that it was offensive now?
Well, let's see, but that the big deal, what I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to explain is what they did say is truth.
Right.
It's truth.
Right.
And drugs. Yes, drugs are bad. Doing cocaine is bad. Doing whatever the drug is bad.
Right.
It's bad. But what I was trying to get at is, how can we communicate to them? And this is kind of like going toward over obesity to somebody who is a gambler, somebody who
a bad habit's a bad habit.
Any kind of habit.
I get you.
But the big deal is, it's very offensive and it's very critical how you tell somebody, especially about like parents wise, saying that, they need to do their hair or they need, do something like that.
Yeah.
Well, going back to the weight, weight was my pretty much my life. Diabetes, everything came from that. I pretty much was known as Big Red, because of my weight and everything.
Yeah.
So like right off the bat, being called Big Red at this point, I have to be this big fat guy, right off the back. And, it was really a disrespect and a very sad thing. And, I have some buddies and some friends that have, some bad habits, and I don't want to see them gone.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them hurting. I don't want to see them, suffering.
Stop right there. So if you don't tell them something now and you feel they're going to be disrespected, so when that friend of yours dies from having a heart attack or maybe having a stroke, are you going to have in your mind, maybe I should have told him?
Yeah. Like the what if, like what if
maybe I should have put his feelings aside, and maybe he would have done something about it, and maybe he could have been here for his family.
But also, I also keep in mind that I was big like that.
Right.
And to be honest with you, just say that they do have a stroke and they do have a heart attack or anything like that. I've learned, and it took me a very, very, very long time to understand this, that I'm not responsible for their actions, and I'm not responsible for what they do.
Right.
I am responsible for what I say to them, and if I say something wrong, I can actually make it worse on that person, where they're not going to want to come out. Yeah. They're not going to want to be around somebody. They're not going to want to speak out about it. They're not going to want to help from it. So it's very confusing on it. And I try my hardest to try to understand. And this is not, like I said, from obesity, from any of the bad habits. I try my hardest to understand where they're coming from, because you do. And I will be honest, when I was 400 pounds and something, I made the excuse of that I couldn't work out because I might have a heart attack, which the doctor did tell me that. The doctor did tell me, if you work out, you might have a heart attack.
Yeah.
If you work out, you might mess up your knees. So I kind of like, haha,
ran with
so I would go to the gym and, y'all are working out and I'm all like, I can't. Doctor told me I can't. So whenever I did do the surgery and I did put down the weight and everything, I was all like, you know what? Was it excuses that I was doing, or was it, that I was really going to, something happen?
Yeah.
So I don't, anybody who's suffering and is dealing, the one that I can deal with and the one I can say, I don't do any of the drug world. I haven't done any of the drug world. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink at all whatsoever. But for obesity, I was beyond obesity. I was literally to the people that are watching and, the ones that don't know, I was told by my doctor, you have 5 years.
Yeah.
And after going to the doctor again, he said, remember when I told you had 5 years? You're down to 3. And now we're probably going to start looking into dialysis. We're going to probably start looking into some other stuff. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And my excuse and my scaredness was, I can't make it through a surgery because I'm so big and I'm going to die in the surgery, which,
and when you're overweight and jacked up like that, they won't do surgery. No matter how much you need it, they're not going to put themselves in the line of fire like that. They won't do it.
Yeah. And people don't really realize like how bad it was on me. I a lot of people say like, they hide it, like if it was never bothering them, it never bothered them, it never bothered them, it never bothered. It bothered me every single day of my life.
Yeah.
And to the people who say, oh no, I love being big and I love doing this, be realistic with yourself. That's not true. That's honestly a cover up or an excuse to.
It's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's defense.
There's always a way to tell.
It doesn't hurt you.
There's always a way to tell a person. It's just like me. Whenever I would tell these people, like, if I wanted them to stop doing something wrong, I would put myself in a situation. I'd be like, hey, bro, man, just look at me, bro. I'm all jacked up. Like my diabetes was out of control. My sugars was crazy. My high blood pressure was through the roof, and I was overweight. Man, come on, you don't want to be like me, bro. You can do this.
Yeah.
There's certain, instead of me saying, "Oh, dude, come on, you're fat," or "Dude, why did you put so much salt?" I'm not saying that. But look what it did to me. That's all. I don't want to see you like this.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a very
it's very delicate. I think like. I don't know the right answer, I guess, but my opinion is that when you approach anyone about anything that you want to discuss with them, right, about themselves, you want to stay away from the shame and the guilt, right? So when you approach them about their weight, I would say stick to the facts. So you're overweight, that's a fact. But we can do away with the name calling, like the way you said, big red or big guy or, just, I don't even want to say all the names because I'm still overweight, but I was way overweight too. And I got a bunch of name calls as well, but just stick to the facts. You know what I mean? And I think doctors are pretty good at doing that, but there are some doctors that are not, they will, you're pretty fat. It looks like you're, and they'll start comparing you to something or, and that's where the shame and the guilt comes in. You're ashamed of being overweight. You're ashamed of how you look. You're ashamed. And you don't want to instill the shame and the guilt. You just want to stick to the facts and you just want to express, that you want something better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Will you read what Julie put on there and, you want to read the long one there?
Let me see.
Some people.
She said, some people are very strong people like you. Other people who are intimidated by your shine and power will tear you down anywhere they can. They think that talking about your weight will bring your shine down. To be honest, if someone genuinely cares, they wouldn't ever fix themselves to talk about that immediately. And then she said, Do they ever tell you, hey, man, you make too much money. Your life is too put together. Your daughter's too cool. No, but they should. You know what I mean? So in other words, they're not going to come at you with the positives.
So did you see how she ended that?
I know, right?
Your daughter's
she just put
so
a little
cool.
thing in there.
And then Rave.
Okay, and then I don't have... Who am I on? I think I'm on Ray Race.
Rave said, it is so true. And then Julie said,
oh, yeah. Then back over here.
I get that I could from...
Yeah, she said, I get that it could be from love, but most of the time it's not. And if you show love by calling me names, then don't love me. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, when someone, I don't know, I can go on and on, but like, oh my God, you're lazy. That's a name calling. You're making them, trying to make them feel ashamed for their action or what they're doing. But you don't want that. You want correction. You want to correct it. You're not trying to make them feel bad about it. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. It's manipulating. Like, you're trying to manipulate them into feeling bad so that they can change, and that's not the way to do it. Like, you want.
But a lot of people don't have that common sense that, oh man, I just offended it. Instead of saying like, man, let's get up and go for a walk, you'll feel better.
Yeah, those are all facts.
You'll feel better.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's different from saying, come on, bro, stop being lazy.
Exactly.
Hey man, come on, you'll feel better.
Right.
Like, it's two different things, but you're saying the same thing.
Not really, because lazy could imply like that he doesn't want to, or that he, you know, that he's incapable, but he really is capable.
He's capable, yeah. But that's what you're trying to tell him. Like,
right.
Some people just don't have that mentality of, man, I'm going to say it this way.
Yeah.
It's just like when
you want to know what's crazy?
What?
That it affects me so much and it pisses me off so much that I just broke my pen without even realizing it.
Wow.
I didn't even know it affects me so much.
Because you're being lazy.
Let me ask you this: Is it specifically to the weight conversation, or is it in general, like what we're talking about?
It?
You know what I mean? What triggered it? Was it specifically the weight?
When I broke the pen, I didn't even realize I just broke it. I just like broke the whole darn pen. I don't know how that happened, but
no. But I'm saying, what is it that's bothering you? Is it the weight conversation, or is it the shame and guilt, the name calling, the ignorance?
You know, it probably falls back to like, because I mean, this goes back. My weight goes back from me being a baby, like being 4 or 5 years old. Right. I was always a big dude, a big kid, and I was always picked on as a, you know, I would probably whoop their butt, you know, for making fun of me and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've always been called, you know, and it's really crazy because, you know, most of the time you go around somebody and they're a big guy, it was a big guy, or, you know, whatever the name is, you know, whatever you say, and you don't even realize it, but it does affect him and it does offend him, right. And it does piss him off. You're lucky he doesn't like just turn around and knock the shit out of you, but like, to be honest, because it really does affect them. And I never really realized how much it did affect me whenever they would say it till like I just put it in my head. I said, you know, this dude just called me fat. You know, this dude just told me, you know, and I mean, of course, I was a big dude. I mean, I was a, 400-pound guy, you know, and I mean, to be honest, I mean, he doesn't know my name. He doesn't know who I am. And, you know, he's just calling me a big,
it's not personal.
Guy. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, bro, so look, really quick. Whoever pissed you off today, just tell me who they were, bro. It's okay. I love you, man.
It's crazy.
Just tell me who made you mad, bro.
That was a really good pin.
But you know, I do remember, like, in those moments when people would call you stuff like that. I remember you calling them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like we'd be in a group of people, and they would find it easy to be like, hey, big guy, or hey, fat man, or whatever. And you would just
that's totally disrespectful.
Yeah, and then Scott would turn around. What did you just call me? Like, loud, because you know how Scott can get loud, and everyone would turn and look at that dude. And that dude would feel this small. He was so embarrassed, and he's like, "No, that's not what I meant." Like, he starts stuttering. That's not what I meant, and you know.
You see, but what I want to get at though, I guess, I mean, maybe it's a thing that I probably should say, you know, for people else, you know, just be careful with that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you know, they're not obese because they want to be obese. They're not big because they want to be big.
Right.
They're big because we had a habit. I have a habit, and I had an addiction to food, and I'm not afraid to say it. I had an addiction to food, and I would eat and eat, and I could eat since I was 5th grade. You know, 4th grade, I was a big dude, and there was nothing you can tell me or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a big dude no matter what. I would go in 7th grade and, oh, you're gonna be on the football team. You know, that's another thing. You know, them calling them out, man, you're a big dude. You could be on the football team. You lucky that little big guy don't whoop your little butt, you know, the coach, you know. I mean, to be honest, it's crazy. But
I think just stay away from the name calling. Like I've never been a fan of that. Like I've always tried to, you know, keep the kids from calling each other names. And, you know, like I know sometimes families do it like endearment, like come here stupid, or come here stupid ass. And oh my God, I just don't like that. And to me, just stay away
but
from
our culture
calling, you know?
and our race, it's quick to call some, hey, gordo, come here, gordo.
Yeah, exactly. Like
hey,
body
flaco,
shaming.
Hey, flaco. Or,
That's body shaming, you know?
Yeah,
that's like
but
calling out your body, and it's like...
Like in every family, everybody has a flaco. Everybody has a gordo.
Right.
Que pajo prieto.
Yeah.
Or,
Oh, yeah.
Que pajo güero, you know?
We went through that, too, as
And
kids.
I still have you, honestly, I'm going to be honest, and I'm not offending you, so don't throw me that pin. And my phone, if you pull up your name, you're under Big Red, but I've known you for...
Well, that's the thing, though. People started calling me Big Red after that.
So that's how I met you.
Julie's like, okay, now I'm mad.
No, not because I didn't make it up, but that's what I knew you as. Other than other people, like I have a red on my phone. I have a Big Red on my phone. I have red 1, 2, 3 because your numbers changed for like a lot of times throughout the years. Just that's how long I've known you.
Yeah.
It was never to offend you.
Yeah.
But that's how I met you. So that's what when I put your
what's in
phone
your
in my
mind.
phone, I put Big Red.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been like that.
You want to go to the Mercedes and Justin one?
Yeah, let's see. Okay, Mercedes and Justin. Most people who act and or are a bully is because they deal with their own insecurities. And that is 100% true. I completely agree with that. And then they also said it's a lack of empathy towards someone else's life. And I agree with that also. Julie said, if someone else wants to say these things again, I'll treat them worse than that pen. Also, if someone has an opinion on someone else's body, they should go to medical school and get educated. Get an educated one. No, I don't think so. I didn't think so. She's like, okay, now I'm mad.
Yeah,
She broke all her pins.
You see, and that's the thing though, because you know, like I said, I kind of want to like, you know, before we leave our conversation today, you know, I do want to have like a better way of, if you know, to the people out there as well. You know,
Yeah.
I'm asking you, and I'm asking Ray, and I'm asking the people out there.
Yeah.
You know, what is a better way that you or me can communicate to somebody? Because I have a lot of friends. I have a crap load of friends. I mean,
Yeah.
I know people from anywheres and everywheres, and I don't want to be disrespectful to them, and I'm not trying to tell them, I do remember them telling me, you know, hey, big man. I'll say, what's up, old man?
Yeah.
You know, or you know, he'll tell me, big man. I say, what are you little
Yeah.
skinny? You know, and I would put them back in their place. But that's the thing, though. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Why should you be put in that situation? Why are you? Yeah.
And I want to. I want to be able to communicate with a friend without hurting him and hurting her or him, and just be truthful with them. But I really feel, and this one, like I said, this one goes back to because I dealt with weight, and I've like I said, I don't deal with really any other situation as habit as of right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I possibly can, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But as of right now, mine has been weight, and mine's been weight since I was little and small, and you know, and it's always, you know, all my buddies that I would go around, they were all tiny and everything, you know, and be like, off the back, I mean, I'm the big guy out of all of them, you know, and it really sucks though, because, you know, once again, you just don't realize it. You know, the person beside you, the person, you know, that's riding in your car, the person who's, you know, going to the restaurant with you, eating with you, you know, they are not going to tell you that, oh, because my weight, you know, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know, just kind of be more mindful
about it.
and more vigilant on like, hey, you know what? You know, he might not be able to walk to the restaurant. You know, I used to hear people tell me, why don't you go walk around Walmart? I'll be honest with you, I couldn't go walk around Walmart.
Yeah.
I would have an anxiety attack and I couldn't even make it to the damn Walmart store. I would make it from the car to the store and think that I was going to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
So to all the people that, well, why can't you just go walk? Well, there was reasons behind it, and don't get me wrong. I mean, there's other things that can stop you as well. But that was one that, I would have an anxiety attack from the door to the Walmart, from the Walmart to the restroom. Yeah. I was in, having a panic attack and having some kind of situation. Then I lost the weight, and I've been happy about the stuff that I can do. And the more that I can do, I wish I did lose it way earlier. I mean, that would probably be
like when you were younger. You mean
younger because I could have probably ran and did all this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably could still do it now. I mean, but I mean, just be careful, guys, with the stuff that you say whenever they, if you see a guy, who's bald. Majority of the time, they're bald for, because their hair didn't grow, or, they have a bad receiving, and you make fun of that part, or you call them by that.
And why would you deliberately call somebody out,
Some people just don't have that common sense.
Oh my
they
God,
just don't have common sense.
That's just so ignorant and just so mean. It's just mean. Why do you want to be mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, oh my God. And then especially, it's one thing adults. I mean, I don't tolerate it for adults, but especially kids. There's kids that come around you and like the way you said, Ray, hey, flaco, and hey, gordo, and hey, I'm like, oh my God. Like, why would you do that? Like, oh my God.
When they're kids, they think it's funny.
Well, they don't
the
know.
Adults should know that's something not to do.
Yeah.
You want to read them real quick?
Yeah. Okay, so Mercedes and Justin, I feel when you show confidence in the security and how far you've come, people will see that and they'll back off a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Julie, the only thing you can control is your actions. If someone can't respect you or your life, then you can't make them behave, but you can remove yourself. True. And Mercedes and Justin, I was very insecure about being bald until I owned, and it showed confidence in being bald. Yeah.
You see, but like Justin, like
Mercedes ain't bald.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Justin, he shaves it, right? But like he's the one cutting it. But can you imagine somebody walking in the door? Hey, what's up, bald guy?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure. Justin is not that kind of person. But if it would have been me, and they walked in there on me, and I'm bald because not for my own personal reasons. Not that I cut my hair on purpose,
Maybe
but
something's going on, something medically or something.
Yeah, I can't even grow hair.
Right,
I actually had a friend, he's passed already, and he couldn't grow hair, period. He didn't have hair on top of his head, his eyebrows. He didn't have hair whatsoever. And it's so bad. It's crazy. They would call him the one from Adam's Family.
Lester. Fester, Uncle Fester.
Yeah,
Uncle Fester.
So, yeah.
And the crazy thing is, this dude was sick, and he had an issue that he couldn't.
I just kicked my camera.
Is he showing?
No.
There you go.
How you doing?
Yeah, it's just sad. It's so sad, and I don't know. I have trouble expressing myself like verbally and just with words and stuff, but I can't express enough. Like, why would you call people names? Like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Raymond said, from the truck to the front door, laugh out loud. Yeah, he knows about that too.
Yeah.
We've all been through that situation there.
Yeah.
Then Julie put
Hey, so how many times have you had, after losing all that weight, people like, you have to reintroduce yourself because they don't recognize you?
No, most of the people recognize me. Their words to me, and it's always been positive, man. One thing that I've respected and been really cool about, man, that a lot of people always tell me, like, some of them would tell me, like, I was worried about you, man. I was, I'm glad that you did something, and I'm glad you made the move. Because
now, you think those are people that were afraid to tell you?
Well, you see,
instead of saying, like, if you would have passed away, those people would have had in their mind, man, maybe I should have invited him walking, or maybe I should have
But that's
invited them to the gym.
you, see,
know what I mean?
And that's the situation that I tried.
Could have, but didn't.
That's the situation that I had to learn myself, that I can't put myself.
You can't hold yourself responsible.
Yeah, I can't hold myself responsible for telling you, hey, you should have done this, you should have done that, right. Because at the end of the day, that's your situation, and that's what you should have done, and that's what you should have. And and I hope that a lot of people, something that being raised like with your family and everything, you try to tend to be helpful to brothers and sisters and all that, right. And you try to give an advice and everything like that, and I feel that giving advice to your brothers and sisters and other people, that it tends to ruin a lot of relationships and a lot of friendships and family by giving advice. It's kind of more. I personally think that it's more just listen than give advice, because I mean, and I mean it with, the best that I can, by giving, telling them like, even down to the surgery, hey, do the surgery, it'll help you. A lot of them take it as offense, what are you trying to tell me? Like, what are you telling me? I mean, I'm not trying to tell you anything besides, that it helped me, but I can see that it would be disrespectful, it'd be.
Yeah.
Well, you said it the way I would have said it. It helped me. Look at me. Look what it did to me. I'm not saying nothing about you. I'm just saying maybe you feel better.
But in due reality, you really are trying to tell them.
Well, that's what I said. But you have the common sense to know the difference on how to say it. It's like if I see a big guy on the street, I'm not going to say, man, you look like Shamu, bro. Or, damn, you're freaking big. Not just a stranger, a friend, a family member, that I care about. Like, hey, man, I don't miss being like that. I don't miss being like that, bro. It really helped me out. My sleep apnea is gone. My sugars are in control. My high blood pressure's down. But you're not calling them out. But are you telling them how you feel?
I like that approach way better than some of the more negative ones that I've
it's just all common sense and how you say things.
But on my opinion, see, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was a situation that I would deal with.
Right.
They would come to me and tell me like, hey, dude, like, man, I lost all this weight. I feel so much better. But I'm not putting my weight out there. My conversation with you.
Why are you even talking about
my conversation with you was, hey, let's go read a book. And you're over here like, hey, man, I lost some. So what, you just met up with me and just saw my weight?
Right.
And that's where I'm trying to get at. Like, how can I communicate with it without them asking me what I should do?
I think with the exception of my kids, it really should include my kids. But it's with the exception of my kids, like, if someone does not ask you for an opinion, then don't give it to them. Like, why are you volunteering?
Right.
You know
See,
what I mean?
that's a difference, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just walking up to you and
the way you just put it, it's different because why are you dipping your spoon in my ice cream? Like, you understand what I mean? Like,
see, but
who are you to be telling me what to do? I don't even know you.
I shouldn't even do it for my kid with my kid. Like, but I'm their mom, and that's something I'm working on. But anyone else, like, if they're not asking for my opinion, I'm not gonna go up there and just randomly like tell them, hey, you should dye your hair brown, or you know what, hey, you should, like that.
And that's what I'm trying to explain, that they're not asking for my opinion,
right?
But I also see some friends that are hurting, and that possibly that if they could go and figure out a way to do this, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing situation. And I don't care who you are or what you think you are. It's an embarrassing situation. If you are over 300 and something pounds, you can tell me whatever the heck you want to tell me and say that, no, it's not a bad deal. I really like it. It's embarrassing. You can't you can't get on a plane. You can't put the seatbelt on. You can't fit into a booth at the restaurants. Yeah. You can't get on a carnival ride. You can't tie your shoes. You tie your shoes to the side because you can't. Most of the time, you keep them already tied. I'm able to say it because I actually was there and I did it. So there's no like putting me down by saying, "Oh, why are you talking about it?" I was exactly that way for all my life. All my life. This recently, I did the surgery, and it changed my life. And don't get me wrong, I can actually go back to that situation because I did not beat my addiction.
Yeah.
I did a surgery, and do people say that it was the easy way out? Hell no, it's not.
No.
Put yourself as an addicted person to food is considered a drug. Put yourself addicted to food, addicted to it on a daily basis, and it's available to you 24/7, and you're able to eat it 24/7, then to be restricted and not allowed to eat it and not be able to eat it. Just imagine how hard it is.
It's rough.
And to the people that, oh no, that's the easy way. That's the easy way. Bullshit. You just haven't gone through it. It's almost being a person hooked on drugs and allowing them to taste a little bit of the drug every single day, but you can't go past that. But you can't go. It's a.
And that was embarrassing for me, bro. When I got on the airplane, 3 of the 4 times that I've flown, and they're like, "Well, hey, if you need an extender, raise your hand."
You're like, really?
And I'm like, oh, these people are gonna know I'm a fat ass.
Yeah.
Thinking of myself,
or
like
carnival rides. They're like, you go and you try, and you're like, oh, damn it, you have to like get out of line and what.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So they offered you an extender.
No. Well, yeah, they
what
offered
they
it
did to
over.
me?
So in other words, you have to raise your hand.
And I'm here trying to squeeze.
You know what they did to me?
And it didn't help.
They made me pay for 2 seats.
Really?
2 seats that I had to pay for 2 seats to be able to fly.
Wow.
For a helicopter, bro, it was one of the most embarrassing times of my life. We went to the helicopter, and everybody got in line to get on the helicopter. 4 of us were in line to get on the helicopter. Sylvia goes up. They put her on the helicopter. Then, sir, can you come here, please? In front of everybody. Can you get on this scale? Because anything over 350, you're not allowed on the plane. You'll take it down on the helicopter. I said, well, I know I'm over 350. There's no reason to even So it was one of those things, man.
Yeah.
Even when you go to a restaurant, you're like, can I have a chair? Because I don't fit in the booth.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to have to do that all the time.
You know what restaurant doesn't accompany obese people? Texas Roadhouse. You are the sorriest piece of crap. Y'all's boofs suck, man.
And your food is so good.
Your food is so great, but man, y'all's boofs suck so bad. I swear, man. But you want to read from? I guess it's Mercedes. I think.
Okay, let me take. It's Justin.
Mercedes and Justin.
Okay, so Julie said, also, I truly, truly hate that our society doesn't defend men more. If someone's hurting or bullying a man, they don't feel the need to intervene because they're a man and they can handle it. We're leaving that nonsense in the past. Ram said, they look at you but don't really realize till they hear my voice.
Yep, exactly.
And then Julie said, also talking about someone's weight or body in general is so weird. Don't praise me for losing weight or praise me for looking thinner. Literally, don't talk about my body. It's just uncomfortable. Why are you doing that?
You see, that's
for real. Like, honestly.
But I mean, that's another situation that I ran into. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it because, it kind of makes me feel better. But also, like, it's one of those things like, man, you look so much better. But they tell me you look so much better. I'm all like, so I looked really bad before.
Right, exactly.
But honestly, in the long run, I did really look bad before. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, then go.
Justin, some people bring solutions to the problem, but most people bring problems to the solution. That is true.
Man, those little things right there.
I love quotes like that. Those stay with me all the time.
He should put on there written by Justin.
And then Julie, Dad, you're the exception. You have a good heart, and I've never truly seen you do something because you want to hurt them, but other people actually do that. Most people come from a place of insecurity and envy. It's hard to want others to have respect when they truly don't. And we have Avery Whitehead, my nephew, and Cindy Herrera. So shout out to you guys. But yeah, I think like going off of what Julie was saying, piggybacking off of what Julie said. No, going off of what she's saying. So from the get-go, you have a beautiful heart, right? Anyone who knows you knows that. Like what Julie
Doctor said no.
And so with that being said, when you see someone in this particular situation who is overweight, they're struggling, and you see past the person and you see their health. And that's your concern, is the health. But other people, they stop at the person and they shame the person, the physical. You look ugly, you look fat, because there's a stigma with fat people not being attractive and not being good enough in society, and you know what I mean, not being sexy or whatever it is that the standards are supposed to be. Fat people, quote unquote, don't meet those standards. And so then people go up to them, and that's where the comments start and stop, at their physical, like you look ugly, or you know, they shame them. But with you, I get where you're coming from, because you go past that and you're looking at their health. Like your concern is like, dude, this person's sick. Like, you know, they're struggling to breathe. They're like, everything that you're saying, I know what they're going through. They're struggling to breathe, to walk, you know, out of breath in their heart, and you see their health, and that's coming from a good place. You know what I mean? So I get that. I understand that.
But at the end of the day, I'm not a doctor, and I don't have a degree in being able to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So like, maybe I shouldn't tell them nothing, because I feel that I might hurt them in a worse way. Because I mean, I'm all about raising people's confidence and raising their how would you say it? I guess their
spirit, like lifting
their spirit, their mindset. You know, I want somebody to hit a goal because they deserve to hit the goal. And since I'm not that person who's, you know, licensed to communicate with them and not able to actually give them right information, I tend to like, maybe I shouldn't just even say nothing at all.
Yeah.
But
I feel like if it's something that's in your heart, which it sounds like it is, when you do communicate with that person, you make that choice and you do communicate with this person, everything that you're saying right now, everything that you're telling to me, you tell that person. You know, everything from, I don't want to hurt you, I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm not qualified to even talk. Everything that you're saying, all of that is going to speak wonders, and then you tell them what's in your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my opinion, if you're going to do it. Like I said, I'm a big believer of just keep your opinions to yourself, but that's me. That's just because that's what I do. That's what I try to do. I'm not gonna say that I do, but that doesn't mean that everyone needs to do it. You know what I mean? You're a whole different person, and you have a bigger heart than I do. I'll tell you that. And I don't know. Maybe that's a suggestion.
I just feel that everybody deserves to be happy at some point in some way in their life. And you know, I don't know what happiness means to majority of the people,
right?
But I know what it means to me and what I feel and how I feel. So I just try to be.
You know, when I first started going to the doctors, which I used to hate going to the doctors. Now I have no choice but to go to the doctors, right? But when they first started doing blood work and started checking my blood and see where my A1C was at, where my high blood pressure was at. I remember that first doctor visit, and I remember it so much because I asked the doctor, I said, look, doc, I want to be honest with you, and I want you to be honest with me. I don't want you to beat around the bush. You tell me everything that's wrong. You tell me straight up, and I don't want these medical terms. I don't want these beating around the bush, and you have this. You're going to tell me I have something. I don't even know what it means, and I'm just going to say okay because I feel, you know, okay,
yeah,
whatever. I got it.
Questions.
Oh, my God, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, when I went at that doctor's appointment, he goes out the office, gets my results, comes back in. He goes, let me tell you something. You want to hear the truth? I said, yeah. He goes, you're all fucked up.
Dang it.
And it was just a reality that set in me. Like, I asked for it. I asked for this guy to be honest with me, and he was very honest with me. And that's when I started trying to fix myself.
Yeah.
Because I heard what I heard. Do you want to be here for your daughter's quinceañera? Do you want to be here for your daughter's wedding? Do you want to be here to see her, you know, move on in life?
Yeah.
Do you want to see your grandkid grow up? Do you want to see your sons, you know, make something of it? Yes. You got to fix yourself. He's not being mean. I asked for him to be honest with me.
Yeah.
And every time that I get out of the line, like maybe going to a restaurant and having 2 sodas and drink, I feel so guilty. Because I'm like, man, this guy was honest with me.
You hear him in the back of your
Yes,
mind. Like, yeah.
yes. And without that kind of sets me walking that line.
Yeah, that's good.
But I asked for it.
Yeah.
Be honest with me. Tell me straight.
Yeah.
But like I said, I asked for it. I don't think if I wouldn't have asked for that, he would have given me all these medical terms and beat around the bush and tell me this and that.
Yeah.
No.
They're usually pretty honest though. Doctors are
pretty brutal. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's their job.
mine literally told me. He said his words were, "You got 5 years." 2 years later, he said, "Remember when I told you had 5 years? You got 3 years left.
Wow.
Do something now." Yeah. He turned to Sylvia. His words turned to Sylvia and said, "Start planning his funeral."
Yeah.
And Sylvia looked at me like, "What the hell?" Why?
At that time, bro.
I started crying.
At that time, I was so scared that I already have my plot. I bought it. Everything's bought. Because at that time I got scared. I didn't think I was going to make another week. Yep. That's how bad my situation was. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's really crazy because, like a lot of people, they don't realize it, like how much it affects us and like them. And, I mean, you just don't even realize how much, somebody who's obese or overweight or underweight, how much it affects them just by, the way you're
I understand.
them.
I understand where you say where words really do cut you, man. Where how you can feel like, man, this guy just said I was fat, or this guy said I was big, or this guy's judging me, or you see somebody walk in that look like they'll go work out every day, and you're like, man, I didn't ask to be like this. I didn't ask to be the way I am.
Yeah.
Turned out that way, but
and it was really crazy, man, because I do remember, like, I mean, I shouldn't have done this. I do remember what you were saying though.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been that person, but I wasn't going to let them do that to everybody either.
Yeah.
They would, they would call me a big fat guy or a big guy or, big Kool-Aid guy.
Okay, so they did it to you. They did it to other people already.
Right.
Well, see, but
because they felt comfortable. Like,
see, but the way they would do that,
trying
though,
to
man,
put you down.
I would turn around, man, and like literally, pretty much almost make them cry. You know, like, if it was a elderly person, say, "What's up, old man? Can you hear me?" Or like, I mean, I would just put them back in their spot, and people would be like, "Oh shit,"
And
like,
sometimes he wouldn't even like try to insult them. He would just use it against them. Like he would just turn around. Why do you think that it's okay to call someone fat? Or why would you think it's okay to call someone big? Like that's not okay. Why would you do, just like,
yeah.
And they're,
and they knew what they were doing though.
But it worked. I think they would think twice before doing it again. So I think it worked out.
You want to read those right there?
Yeah. Let's see.
It's Justin. He might have a little quote for us.
I love quotes.
I know he got some good ones there, man, to be honest.
Okay, the only next one I see as far as a comment, Ernest Viella.
No, right before that one, it should say I
don't see it unless something happened. I'm always getting lost.
Something does happen all the time. I can't see it on this computer. It's too small, the screen.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm horrible with electronics, guys.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send it to you in a text.
Yeah, I don't see it. But I do see Ernest Viella. Hi, y'all. Nice to see y'all both again, Scott and Sylvia. Thank you for being on here. We're so happy you're here.
I almost sent it to the wrong person.
Wow.
To the other wife.
Yeah. The other wife.
Wow.
The one he married in Mexico.
What the hell? I married one in Mexico?
Epi's not here.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay, I texted to you so you can read it there.
It says, I get upset sometimes when my wife holds me accountable and tells me I should not eat certain things. I know she tells me because she loves me and brutally honest. Yeah, that's tough. That's
you see, and that right there. Okay, so like what you're saying right there was actually all my whole life though. like your wife, my mom would, like, don't be eating that, don't do that. Don't, my grandma, one of them that was pretty brutal with me was my grandfather. He would, I would walk in the door, in Spanish, he would be like, oh, here he comes to eat again. He's going to eat all the tortillas. He's going to eat all, and that was one of the, honestly, man, I was so pissed off with my grandfather for always talking mess, and
that's old school right there, though.
Oh, for sure.
Old school, but I mean, you live your old life. Don't take it out on me. I mean,
like hide the hamburgers.
Something I've learned, and like I've learned this, and I always had trouble practicing it. But like, okay, let's say with the kids, right? Like I'm wanting them to change a certain habit, especially a habit like this, which is generational. Like this goes down generations, right? And so on one hand, you have the parent who, like the way you're saying, and I mean with all respect, but you have the parent, grandparent who is just telling you, and it's just words. There's a stack of tortillas. There's there's arroz con pollo. There's
God
a big
dang,
cake,
getting hungry.
like a big cake, and then they're using their words for you not to eat this stuff. Okay, if you really cared and you really wanted to make that change, why don't you just not make this stuff and offer better choices? You know what I mean? And that's an option. I'm not saying that I was ever good at that. Like that's something I struggled with for myself and for even now today, me and you and stuff like that. But that, that there's a way to go about that, instead of just sitting there talking, don't eat that tortilla, don't eat that ice cream. Okay, well, how about not buy it? How about not make it? You're the one in charge of the food. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Yeah. So, and it's hard, bro, because I've been in that situation too where everybody's like, oh man, you shouldn't be eating this, you shouldn't be eating that. And then you go visit them, and what are they eating?
Yeah.
They're like, hey man, you want a plate? Well, you just told me yesterday not to be eating this. You just offered it to me.
Yeah, it's hard.
Or sodas, drinking sodas, or
and
eating tortillas, or bread.
I'm guilty of it for even me and Scott. Like we raised our kids already, but it's like, well, we shouldn't be eating sweets. But then you go to the house and I have cookies and I have, you know what I mean? And if it's there, I'm going to eat it. So the best thing to do is just don't buy it. Like work with your environment, But I get what you're saying. And
kind of like going back to what Justin's saying there about between him and his wife there, what would be a way, like for you, Justin, right there, or I guess for me to be able to communicate to somebody like that where they don't get offended.
Yeah.
And that's kind of from today's podcast, what I want to take from here is how to communicate with somebody better, where I'm not offending them about, their habits or their thing, because I really don't want to offend them. If you see, once again, if you see that I lost the weight, it's not because like I learned how to beat my addiction.
You're better than somebody or something.
Hell no. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't want to go back up to that weight. And I tried to figure it's just, even doing the surgery every single day is still a struggle to not get back there again.
And you know what? I've gotten that a lot too. Oh, you took the easy way out.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't wake up for 6 days. Was that easy?
Yeah, I almost lost my life.
I did almost lose my life. I did. Yeah. I really did. And
how easy is that, right?
That wasn't easy.
Yeah. And I mean, and by the person saying that, once again, I probably have to call myself out, because people who did the surgery.
You would say that.
I would say that. I would say, man, they took the easy route out. They took the easy way. Yeah. I mean,
those are shoes that those people haven't walked in.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I screwed up by saying that stuff too,
Right.
And I take responsibility for it and say that I'm sorry for saying that,
Yeah.
And like I said, every single day I will struggle, because I do have an addiction to food, to sugar, to any of that stuff. And I fought it and I fight it every single day. Every single day. It really sucks because food, sugar, Cokes is legal.
Yeah.
It's legal.
You can buy
drugs
as much as you want.
Are illegal. drugs are illegal. So if you get caught, you might go to jail, and that might be put you away for you not eating it. But if I was to go to jail, they're still gonna feed me my addiction.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with my addiction in there.
In the form of spread, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still there, you know. And out here, it's really hard how to deal with it, because you know every single day you have to eat.
Yeah.
The food is in the refrigerator. If you visit your cousin, the food's in the pantry. If you visit the coffee bar, there's food on the shelves. You know, if you visit the restaurants, there's food everywhere. There's food everywhere, and it's the worst addiction.
And you know,
maybe
what's
not the worst
crazy
addiction.
is
Probably,
that, like, there's people out there that it's not even an issue for them. Like, I wonder what that's like to
be able to eat what you want, drink how many sodas you want.
No, not even that. Like the relationship that we have with food, and the reason why we are overweight and we're even struggling in this situation. There's people who they don't have a bad relationship with food. They just eat, and they stop eating when they're content. They're good with eating healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even cross their mind. Like, for me, every single day is a battle of like, what am I going to eat? How much of it? And, you know, watch the carbs and watch this. And then, like, every day is a battle.
Well, because whenever we did our surgery, that's what they tried to teach us.
Yeah. The good habits.
Yes. They're like, I never thought that, okay, so when you start burping, not when you start burping, when you get the hiccups.
Yeah, the signs.
Like, you should stop eating because you're full.
Right.
And if you keep on, it's going to hurt you, and then you're going to throw up, and not being gross. That's what we're taught.
Yeah.
Before
and
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
If I was full, I kept drinking. You know what? Bring me another Coke.
Same.
Give me 6 more tortillas.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to sit down and I wasn't going to eat one tortilla, because one's going to lead to another. You just can't eat one.
Right.
The next one, give me butter. The next one, I'm going to make a taco.
And even though we're uncomfortable,
You're still stuffing. You're still stuffing.
It fits. Yeah. I get it.
You want to read those real quick?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Justin, I think sitting down at the Texas coffee bar and having a loving adult conversation about whatever topic while being empathetic and listening to them is a great way to start that conversation. Okay, all right. Let's see. What else?
I think you have 2 above that one.
Oh, I do? Okay. They're not coming in for me. That's the one I have. And
you're getting different ones over there, bro.
Yeah, Julie said, I agree, especially with the fresh Valentine coffee. Dean.
Well, actually, a big deal. I go to the Texas coffee bar every morning, like clockwork. Mm-hmm. Dean is actually a good buddy from the coffee bar. He's another redhead like me. So he's
ginger.
There's 2 of you.
I love it.
There's 2 genders over there. Really cool dude, man. Amazing guy. He's the only thing bad about the guy, and I have to say it, and the bad thing about you, Dean, is that you're a Green Bay fan, bro. No, dude, no, not Green Bay, man. Nah, but him and his wife and his family over there, they're really cool people. Justin and Mercedes, they actually have Julie's gonna be happy about it. I know all the people that follow me on there. They have the Valentine menu coming out. I believe this week coming up or next week. Next week they got the Valentine menu coming out, and I believe it's like all these little, I think if you share a drink with somebody, you last forever or something like that. It's like going to the Wichita Falls, or what is it? The Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah.
If you go and kiss under the water over there, you'll stay together forever.
You're all drowning.
I believe if you share a Valentine drink together from the coffee bar, you last forever. So I don't know, something like that.
Well, as long as it's sugar-free, I'm on board.
I just want to send Justin and Mercedes a big thank you for showing up on Sunday. They did show up there.
Yay!
Yeah,
thank you so much.
I heard he was all cowboyed out.
Yeah, man, he was all decked out.
Cool.
And then we got Julie.
Julie said they don't have bad relationships with food, but they're hooked on crack. No one's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah,
She said that in a nice way.
In a nice way. The nicest way possible.
No one's perfect, but everybody tries to be, and it's a good thing to go head that way. But yeah, no, so I mean that's
no, man. It's not and back to the beginning of that conversation, bro. It's not how you say it. It is how you say it. You try to be nice, but you can only be nice to certain people because. It's like I said, that's what you just come off the street and see somebody and you tell them, they're like, I don't even know you. Who are you to be talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the person you love or person that you know, the person that you talk to is going to maybe consider that, well, they weren't being mean. They were being honest.
Yep.
You know, I had a buddy of mine who was very much overweight. And at that time, I wasn't.
You talking about me?
No, I wasn't. And with this guy, we would go out of town with. I mean, I'm not going to say his name. He's no longer with us anymore. But he would say like, "Hey man, can you open the back door to the club?" And I'd be like, "Hey, come on, bro, just walk to the front." Like, oh man, it was a bother to me. Well, not a bother to me, but I was DJing, so it was hard for me to open the back door. So when I became overweight, very much overweight, I would take 5-10 steps and I would have to stop and take a breather. And I was like, all the talk that I did about my buddy, because he was a very good friend of mine, I felt his pain then.
Yeah,
this is why he didn't want to walk to the front door. This is why he didn't want to walk so far, because you walk 10 steps, you have to stop and breathe.
Yeah.
And may he rest in peace. But man, I felt all that pain.
Yeah.
You got some more on there?
Yeah, Julie said it's all about intention. What are you intending to do when you talk about my weight? And yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, to all the people that are tuned in right now, we got Connie. We have man, there's a bunch of people on there right now, but oh, you got another one on there. Let's see. Are you seeing Justin's on there or no?
Yeah.
Justin just came on.
Justin said, absolutely correct. Why are you saying what you're saying? What is your end game with that? Yeah. Like, what's the ultimate intention? Like, why are you even commenting on my weight? And then if I can understand that they're just trying to help, you know what I mean? Lovingly and respectfully, then I would probably be like, okay, thank you. I get it. Thank you. But most of them are just talking mess, just trying to put me down or make me look bad or make me feel bad, and that's not okay.
And one thing that that I know that from me, that I did the surgery, and I can honestly say that from the weight loss that I did and everything, I would say inspired or gave advice, and a lot of people did question, what I did and how I did it and what happened. They reached out to me and messaged me and everything. And, I've seen them recently, like a lot of them, and they actually went some other route and lost the weight and everything. And they told me, hey, you inspired me to lose the weight and, to do that. And that's kind of a happy part in my life that I get to see that. And, a lot of them, I really enjoy a lot of them that tell me, some of the stuff like that, like you were an inspiration for me to lose the weight. I see that it made you more happy. I didn't even know you were unhappy till, I saw how happy you are now, and like I said, I mean, it was a struggle. It was a major, major struggle, and a lot of people just don't realize how big of a struggle it is with one of the ones that really affect me is, the restaurants with the booths,
that was rough, bro.
It really sucks because, it's kind of cool.
It's like, because I struggled with that too, to a certain degree, and we kind of know where to go, and we start learning, where to go and where to sit, things like that. But then when you get invited, like, hey, come eat over here, and then you show up and everyone's already there and they're, you know what I mean, and they're having to accommodate for you.
You want to get there first, so you could tell the waiter or the host, like, hey, make sure you don't put us in a booth,
or just give me an extra chair, or you know what I mean, make it work, because then if you show up and then you're like, damn it, like I have to
it was embarrassing, and a lot of people don't really realize how, I mean, not only embarrassing, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's something that we're not proud of. I mean, it's not like we're like,
not at all, bro.
We get to this weight and we're like, oh yeah, this is what we set out to do in our life. I mean, it's just kind of what's given to us.
Life at that time for me was really bad, bro, because I could never. Everywhere that I went, I would If I sat down for a minute, I was asleep because my sleep apnea was crazy. I couldn't sleep. If I slept, it had to be sitting down because I would choke on my own because I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe. So when people say, "Oh man, so why do you look a lot more energetic now?" I was like, "Well, because I had the surgery and I'm not 400 pounds no more. My diabetes is in check. My high blood pressure is in check. My sleep apnea is in check. My neuropathy is almost gone." Those are the benefits. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what worked for me.
Right. Yeah.
If it was a surgery, it was a surgery. But I couldn't find any other way to lose the weight.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that would really bother the crap out of me a lot whenever I would go, go to like a concert, because, Sylvia loves music. I would go out to a concert and I would literally be sitting on the chair and just trying to be cool and enjoy the concert, and I have to sit sideways because my fat was hanging over to the next person, and if it was a guy, it was kind of really embarrassing because the dude's over here touching my my stomach and everything.
Yeah.
And then if it was a girl, it's kind of embarrassing because I'm over here all over the girl.
You're like, "Hey Sylvia, this girl keeps touching me."
It's just embarrassing, man, and it just really sucks,
It's
man. But I mean, I struggled with it and I dealt with it, and now I understand, and I don't think anybody who's never been big or whatever can understand it, like how uncomfortable it is. And just whenever if you're a hostess or a waitress or you deal with people like that on a daily basis, and they walk in the door, and if you see that they're pretty big, don't offer them a booth. It's embarrassing to say, "I don't fit in a booth."
Yeah.
I don't fit in a booth. Can you give me a table?
So do you think some people get offended because they don't get offered the booth?
So I think so, because
What are you trying to say?
I've been around.
what I mean?
Yeah, I've been around people where we go to eat and that person is overweight, and then the hostess is like, "Can I get you a booth?" And they're like, "Do you think I can fit in a booth?" They get all mad. You know what I mean? Like,
So you're
"Look
damned
at
if you
me."
do, you're damned if you
You know
don't.
what I mean? Like, "Do you really think I can fit in a booth?" And she's like,
But
I mean?
the thing is though, like even okay, the booths, even the chairs, like man, you know how many chairs I broke?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man, it's so embarrassing to be on the floor, at a party because they put you on those stupid plastic chairs from HEB.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I mean, I don't know how many.
Even
of those things
even to this day, just like when we were out there at Mathis, and the fold out chairs were there, I had to kind of stop and just because
think twice.
Yeah, like, man, will that chair hold me?
Yeah.
It's just because that's what I'm used to thinking already.
Yeah, and like I said, man, just this is going to the people who are out and about. Just understand it, like nobody wants to be either too skinny or too big. Everybody wants to be perfect, but there's nobody
What
perfect.
In
does
this
that
world,
mean? What
there's
does
no
that mean?
perfect.
Yeah,
bro.
what does that mean?
There's
no
nobody perfect.
It's just people. We're just human beings. We come in all shapes, sizes. Like
That's
Julie
why
was saying.
all these media and all these magazines, they kind of try to train us to see what to tell us what is perfect. There is no
Exactly.
perfect.
Yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
there's all these TV commercials, all these magazines where you see this guy who's really built and really looks great, but maybe has other issues.
Right.
It's not a perfect person.
Yeah.
There's not.
Can you
Just a
read some of
person.
those comments there?
Let me see. The one that I have updated is Julie. Just want to make this known, no matter what size or color or anything, no one deserves to feel uncomfortable in life. I wish our society wasn't so harsh.
Yeah, I wish it too, but
Yeah.
we can't change everybody's thoughts, but you can. The ones that are listening, you can change yours.
Yep.
You can change what you think and what you feel on them. And, like I said, calling somebody a big man or big guy or, whatever, it's disrespectful. Trust me, it does. It really sucks. And, that's just kind of what I wanted to, figure out a way to communicate to people that, that how to communicate with somebody who, because, I really feel that the habits that we have, I mean, we of course we brought them on ourselves. I mean, I guess that's the whole bottom line. You know, I was obese because I'm addicted to food, and I guess
I feel
one of the
we did bring it upon ourselves to a certain degree, but it's generational. You know, this is coming from generations of how we eat and what we eat and how we, you know, what trauma that we've been through, and we're using food to cope, and you know what I mean. Like it just goes deeper than wanting to eat a burger. You know what I mean? Like it's very psychological. And I think but there is like you know, okay, from doing the surgery, you know, there's techniques that they taught us, you know, stress. Try removing stress. Try removing stress. Try removing stress. You know, the biggest question that they ask you after doing a surgery and starting to lose the weight, how much stress are you under? How much stress are you under? How much stress are you under? And I'm all like,
the doctor stresses me out.
You're stressing me out right now.
And you know, and that's really crazy because I'm like, my stress is between a 1 and a 10. It's at a 2. Okay, good. Okay, good. And then one time I walked in there and I said, it's at a 7. He's all, it showed you went up like 2 pounds. And I'm all like, whoa, wow. What the heck?
Yeah.
And so I was all like, okay, so remove stress. All right. And then the other question was,
and he kicked me out. Yeah,
and the other question is, you know, how much sleep are you getting? Are you getting enough sleep? You know, stress, sleep, stress, sleep, stress, sleep. And I'm like, hold on. If you could achieve those things, figure out how to achieve those things, does it help with the food? And I asked the question, and that's the kind of cool thing that I actually went through all this stuff already, and I can advise you, yes, getting the right amount of sleep and how to remove stress, how to get rid of stress. That's I mean, people are dealing with so much, and you cannot say, oh, you're not going to stress. I mean, there's water bills, there's light bills, there's, you know, kids, no kids, people passing away, sickness, you know, that's kind of impossible to remove stress, but how to manage it, how to deal with it a little bit, how to, you know, hey, go take a walk, read a book, write it down, you know, scream out loud. I mean, they kind of gave me a lot of different options to like relieve the stress. Did it help? I mean, I lost the weight. I mean, I can't really say that's what did it or that's what did it, but a combination of everything is what helped. So like, I mean, I guess I would say, you know, try whichever option works for you. You know, of course, you know, one of the biggest things that they have always told me was not to exercise, not to do cardio because you lose more muscle. You know, you want to do weights. And, you know, a lot of people message me and say, hey, how did you lose the weight? You know, what can I do? No. And I tell them exactly what the doctor told me, because I am not you know, there's a bunch of trainers out there and do all that stuff. One thing that what I was told was lift weights, figure out a way how to lift weights, whatever weights you're going to do, remove stress, less sleep. And of course, when you're full, stop eating.
Yeah.
You know, instantly.
I think it's like what Ray said. This is what worked for me.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I did. This is what worked for me. It may or may not work for you, or maybe it will, but you need to tweak it or whatever. But this is what worked for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
but
that.
none of us said growing up, I want to be obese.
Right.
Nobody growing up said, I want to be a crackhead. Nobody growing up said, I want to, you know, do cocaine.
Be
all
unhealthy.
My life.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you know, no, we didn't. Nobody ever said that.
Actually, they said the opposite. I don't want to be obese. I don't want to do drugs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, look,
healthy,
in school, whenever we went, they had remember that McGruff? We were told to say no to drugs. We were told, we had health class. You know, these are the foods you should be eating. These are the foods you should not be eating. And you just grow into those bad habits.
Yep.
That lead us to where we are now. And for those of you who have bettered yourself, who have left those bad habits behind you, props to you. Very much so. Props to you guys. Yeah. Maybe people who have lost the weight without the surgery, that's super great.
Yeah.
And if you did the surgery and you survived and you're doing great,
that's super great too.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely.
You made a move to help yourself.
Yeah.
And every day that you wake up, that's what your option, that's what your
choice.
Your choice in life should be. How to better yourself from yesterday. What can you do that made it Just a little bit better than yesterday. Maybe yesterday was amazing. How could you make it amazing?
To the second power.
And of yesterday was terrible. How do you make it terrible amazing? That's all news is just news. That's the way I see it. All news is just news. It's up to you to make it bad news or good news or just news. Because at the end of the day, that's all it really is. It's just news. What you heard was just news. That's all it is.
Yeah.
For some people, it's worse, and some people it's absolutely didn't bother them at all.
Yeah, it doesn't even move them.
It's really crazy because I watch the news and I get all stressed out with it, and then other people watch the news. And other people say, I don't even watch the news because I don't even want to know anything that's going on with it. So it's very
yeah. But then you watch the news and you get stressed with it. I don't watch the news, but then I get stressed with other things that you're just like, why are you stressing over this? You know what I mean? It's just everyone's different. Everyone. So I tell the kids, everyone carries their own backpack. Everyone's on their own journey.
Yes.
It's just how it is.
Uh-oh. What happened now?
No, I was reading a call out there. What the heck? Okay.
We're losing you, Scott.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, I did.
We lost him.
My bad, guys. My bad.
He's a goner.
I got a message that it was funny. Never mind.
So how much wood woodchuck chuck it? Woodchuck wood.
All right, guys. So just FYI, guys, if you're in the part of investing right now, guys.
Oh no! Really?
No,
it's time.
If you're in the part of investing now, guys,
is it time?
I just screwed myself majorly, man. Man, I just screwed myself majorly. I do the crypto world, and man, one of these cryptos just went up. It's almost up 80 cents right now.
Dang, bro!
Just don't pull a Martha Stewart.
Oh my!
What did Martha do?
She went to jail for that.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, but no, guys. So that was our conversation for today. Do you have anything going on this weekend, Riri?
I'm gonna cry all weekend now. Thank you, Navarro. Thank you. No, guys. Yes, as a matter of fact, I want to push something real quick. Let me pull it up. I want to thank once again Megan and her mom and dad for helping us out. All my sisters, all my family, everybody who helped cook for my benefit this weekend. But I want to invite you out, guys, for another benefit for Richard Herrera, for funeral benefits that Megan's also helping out. My sister's going to help out. And if I have a chance, I'll be out there, guys. It's going to be over at Sunset Rodeo in the parking lot. It's a $12 hamburger with chips and a drink. This is going to take place January the 19th. Trying to find a time. Let me see. Well, the time's not under, so yes, 11 a.m. to sell out. And it's going to be $12 hamburgers with chips and a drink. And it's for a funeral benefit for Richard Herrera. So I'm going to be out there, maybe go live for a little bit and invite you guys out. Once again, to everybody who helped out this past weekend, my heart to you. Thank you so much. Done.
Sylvia, you got anything this weekend?
I don't. Imagen is not playing. I don't have a gig with Sonora, but
family time.
Well, there's a little project that Scott's putting together. I don't know if he's shared it with anybody yet, but
that one.
Yeah. And so
I'm not doing that no more.
if it launches, then
I cannot do Chippendale no more.
If it launches, then maybe this weekend it'll kick off and
no, because I don't think there's none available yet.
Oh.
No. Well, anyways, so
maybe we'll share that when it.
Well, I'm not working. I don't have anything this weekend, so maybe we'll plan a trip to San Antonio or something.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Depending on the weather, it's supposed to get cold this weekend.
Oh my God!
No, yeah,
it's gonna be in the teens.
Cold, let me say colder.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the teens or something like that. But yeah, no. Yep.
I was not made for cold weather. That's just not. It's not me.
So I guess I'll just give a little teaser of it.
Okay.
So I'm in the works right now, guys. In the works of getting a trailer, crawfish trailer, and we are about to go full launch Atomic Crawfish.
We're gonna go on a crawfish tour.
Crawfish tour. Going to go sell my crawfish. The Valley, Corpus. Maybe not Corpus because Corpus is terrible for. No, just kidding. Nah, Corpus will be my first start off, and then start going everywhere with it. I want to go to Kingsville. I'm going to take. I don't know if Avery's still on there, but I'm taking this trailer out to. If it goes through and it completes the deal, which we'll know probably here in the next couple of days, we'll be going out to West Texas, and we'll be blowing up the crawfish world in Odessa, San Angelo, Big Spring, and taking them to the next crawfish level. So crawfish is coming soon, guys. The whole works of. If we pull the trigger or not, if we're gonna get the.
Hey, so I know they sell like crawfish that are like spicy. Do they have like lemon pepper crawfish? Or
Yeah, it's however you
barbecue crawfish. Or?
You're starting to sound like Wingstop. We're not Wingstop.
I don't know. I don't like crawfish. Well, not that I don't like it. I've never really gotten into it.
Hold up,
because I love shrimp. I love fish. I love oysters, squid, whatever you throw at me, right? Shark, whatever. But crawfish I've never gotten into. But I'm just asking in case somebody's curious, do they sell different flavor crawfish or is it illegal? Illegal in your world, of course.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you,
I'm not
man.
judging you.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. A bunch of these places out here that are selling crawfish are like putting these flavors on there like if it's Wingstop. This is not Wingstop. This is crawfish, man. You need to understand what crawfish is. I mean, if you're gonna sell crawfish, if you're gonna eat crawfish, understand what crawfish is. Crawfish is the best food you can ever taste in your life. Now, by saying that, if you get it done the right way, a crawfish should not look like Wingstop where you have the seasoning all over the top of it. The seasoning should be inside of the crawfish. When you open him up, you pop the head off and you go suck the body out of there. The juice that comes out of there should be amazing. And here in Corpus, that is very rare.
So you just saw the first episode of our new show, According to Scott.
According to Scott.
Hey, on the cool though, he makes really good crawfish.
Yeah,
if you haven't had it, Scott makes it. It's freaking amazing.
I always go around it. Like I don't eat the crawfish, but I'll eat the potatoes or the shrimp or the corn.
See, of course, we're going to change it up though. We're bringing it New Orleans style. We're putting the turkey necks in there. We're putting the crab.
Turkey necks.
We're putting turkey necks in there.
Do you have gizzards?
Eggs
Livers?
in there. I've never tried gizzards.
We should try it.
We're putting the pig feet inside there.
Pig feet.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
There will be pig feet in there. There'll be mushrooms.
Wouldn't that be called menudo?
Wait till you try this, buddy.
Wow.
Wait till you try this. This is like gonna take it to the next level, and I guarantee you, once I get it out there and it gets going, my crawfish, I test my own crawfish. I check my own crawfish.
He approves.
I approve of my own crawfish, and I will tell you that my crawfish is better than any crawfish that's down here. There's a bunch of people that, I want this competition and all that. Boo. I mean, whatever. Yeah, sure. Yep, and it will have hot links in it.
Yummy.
Nobody else puts hot links like us. They have that sausage in there. We will have hot links.
So maybe we should do, and I shouldn't say this out loud. Maybe I should save it for after the show, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I know once we say it, it's gonna happen. Maybe they should do like a crawfish palooza.
What is that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
like
you don't know yet,
competition, right? Or something.
Like but like a big concert and everybody.
They do that in Rockport.
What they need to do in Corpus.
Well,
Corpusport.
they actually do it at the
downtown.
I know they
Brewster's.
Really?
They do it at Brewster sometimes too. See, I won't join in these competitions, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Why?
Because their crawfish is not like my crawfish. Their crawfish is Wingstop style. I'm sorry. I don't care. Whoever's looking at my video, if you don't like it, I don't care. Wingstop style. That's what y'all's are.
So before we continue, and not to take you off your gaming thing, but let's talk about that place we ate at the other day.
Oh yeah,
that place was great, man. I loved it.
That place is cool. The food was great. The everything was great.
The atmosphere, bro.
The atmosphere is pretty damn cool. So if you want to try something new, guys, and we're not sponsored by them, we just help out locally, help out every locally restaurant and business out here.
Fresh. You see it live.
Yeah, they got fresh crab, fresh all the seafood there. It's actually going towards Portland. It's an Oasis Bay bait stand right on the left hand side. I don't remember the name of the place, but you go out, go down, get inside there, and they put you in a little teepee looking thing. It's like a little
bubble,
like a little globe.
Yeah,
and you go inside the globe. It sits 4 or 10.
There was one that was a big one, right?
Yeah,
For
they had maybe
party?
like 2 big picnic tables.
Yeah.
But it's inside. It's inside the dome.
So since it's cold outside, you would say like, no, I'm not gonna go eat over there because it's cold, and it's actually on the pier. So you go out on the pier, go inside the pier, and you go into these little things. They close the door, and they have a heater, they have AC, they have lighting. It's really cool. So if you're driving like from Portland or going towards Portland, look over to the left. It looks really, really cool. That I give a big accomplishment to them, because like that's really cool for people coming in from like Houston, that's Rockport area and all that. They see that's kind of a cool thing to see coming to Corpus.
Cool attraction.
Yeah,
I guess it looks like it is a bait stand.
Yeah, it is a bait stand.
And then in the back is like a patio where they have these bubbles where you can sit in. And then if you walk down a couple of stairs, there's a pier.
And they said you could fish off the pier.
Yeah,
right?
they don't charge the fish there.
Yeah. That's so cool.
It
was a cool experience. I enjoyed it. I liked it. They sell beer. I drink a beer there. It was really good.
They had
didn't it buy one beer, get a beer free?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was happy hour. Buy one, get one.
Hey, but do you know tomorrow's the last day for that special, I think. Tomorrow the 15th, right?
I think it was just like for their grand opening or something, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow the 15th.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, place was pretty legit.
Julie said, my dad is a crawfish and my brother's crawfish junior.
Crawfish Junior.
They all are, though. They can eat the wazoo out of the crawfish.
So me and my son, before I did the surgery, before I was able to eat them down, me and Junior would eat 34 pounds, or a sack of crawfish by ourselves. So we would buy a sack for everybody.
Bit.
No, you.
So
did
are you
not.
back on your crawfish? I guess you are, because you're talking about it. Because I know after your surgery, you had a little disliking of crawfish.
Okay, so guys,
what was that all about?
One thing that I had regretted whenever I did the surgery, the day like I had the surgery, and then finally I went through all the little steps where got to eat eggs, soft eggs, mashed potatoes, drinking water,
protein shakes.
Yeah, and then finally I got to the stage where I can eat crawfish. Well, I went to go eat the crawfish for the first time, and it was so bad. It was so terrible. I was so sad. Like literally, I probably cried that day.
Because they tell you when you do the surgery, they're like, just be prepared, because there might be foods that you really enjoyed that you're not going to like anymore because of the surgery. It changes your like taste buds and stuff.
I think that's what it is. Your taste buds go back to, they reset.
Yeah. And
so you gotta.
Scott was thinking this was what was happening, is that he was not going to like crawfish anymore, but it passed, I guess, right?
Because I was cruising around, and then I heard a big yell like over the city, said, "No!"
And I kid you not, man. I tried crawfish like 10 times, and it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. And then I went and talked to the doctor. I said, one of the worst things that I hate about the surgery, man, was that I can't eat the crawfish anymore. And he tells me, give it, I think it was like 6 weeks or something like that, and then try it again, and then give it another 6 weeks and try it again, and finally it came back, and I'm back to my crawfish world. Man, I kid you not. When you see if I do the trailer after all, and it's in the works, if I do the trailer, you'll see I come out with the whole crawfish apron, the crawfish hat. I'm pretty much all crawfished out. The tables will be crawfish set up. Everything's gonna be set up so you can munch away and have. Yeah. And the amazing thing that I do is the dip.
Oh yeah,
the dip. So
you need to give it a name.
So when you break the crawfish, like I broke my pen earlier, you break the crawfish, you're going to go like this, and all the juice will pour out. And when you take out the crawfish, and I'll teach you how to eat the crawfish the right way, you get the meat and you dip it in my sauce that I make. It's over.
Delicious.
It's over.
So do those little breakers thing work that they were showing on the internet?
I made some of those.
And you crack it and slide it out.
And I'll be honest with you, man. I better not see no people using those things, man. You get the whole point to eating a crawfish is getting dirty.
I don't like getting dirty.
And I'm not selling, and I'm not giving no apron and no bibs and gloves and
I
all
eat
that.
crawfish
bullshit.
So the thing. Okay, I'm gonna change that about crawfish because I do eat crawfish, but I buy it already peeled and there's crawfish shells.
That's the same thing, though.
Yeah, but you don't have to go through all the mess of cracking the shell, taking everything out.
You don't have
dirty
to see
in
the
your
whole-
hands
the
because then you
whole
dirty
bug.
hands. You gotta wash your hands.
That's the whole point to it,
Oh
though.
my god!
I concur with that.
Bam! You just
Don't-
open the bag and they're already cooked.
Don't be concurring
It's
with
kind of
nothing.
like like buying sunflower seeds already, like just the sesame seeds.
Yeah.
You bypass all the other stuff.
Yes. Welcome to 2025.
Yeah.
Or so before we do take off, guys, we're pretty much coming to an end on the Smiley said the atomic dip is coming.
Oh yeah.
The wing boils sounds good too. The dip is coming. All of that's coming, guys. It'll be here soon. But guys, also I am looking for a guest for our show. Anybody who you could think of that that needs to promote something or put something out there. People want to know who you are. You want people to know who you are. Now, reach out to either Sylvia, me, or Ray, and see if we can get you on the show here and put your
Or if you have a car business, here comes income tax season, guys. If you have a business you need to push, we're looking for sponsors.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, we are done. We are at our end of our show, and there is another show tomorrow. I don't know what her open chat podcast will be aired tomorrow. Be out of our studios here. I believe she's on at 8:00 or something like that. But look up open chat, check it out. We do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Sally.
Everyone who listened in. Thank you.
Raymond. Man, there was a whole bunch of them on there.
My dad's still on there right now. Redskin.
What did he say? Actually, I just saw him on there.
He just wanted to thank everybody for helping us out this past weekend. All the musicians, Megan's family, once again, to the cooks, to you guys for playing, everybody who helped play, everybody who took a part in it. On behalf of our family, to you, thank you.
Yeah, and then let's see. I'm trying to go back.
He's happy right now, bro. My dad's a happy camper.
Sorry to hear that.
His Redskins are doing it, man. The Redskins and Texans, man.
Yeah, we'll
They're
see.
still in there.
We'll see what happens out there. Redskins don't fall under Texas, buddy. Don't try doing that. I heard that little Houston, like a Houston Texans and Redskins are to fall under Texas. No, you cannot go.
No, I said the Houston and Texans are doing it. Like they're still in it.
Okay. I thought you put Redskins in there with that. No. We don't do that. No. But
they know how I feel about the Redskins. They know.
Yeah, but no, guys, y'all, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay safe, guys. Follow my Facebook for any of the crime scenes in Corpus. If you see anything going on, shooting, stabbing, anything happening out there, message me, send me the address.
Don't call 911. Call Scott.
No, do not call me. Do not call me out there, guys. But guys, y'all stay safe, guys. And once again, we hope to see you next Tuesday,
Love
like
you guys.
clockwork.
Peace.
Latest.
Restroom time.